Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back to my StoneBlock world. We have a couple of chickens, as you might be able to tell from behind me. This chicken is just chilling in here as well. I have managed to gather a couple more seeds in the meantime, as well as lots of hay and wheat, because these chickens, they took a while to get to the level we needed them to get to, but now they are all here. We have 8 new chickens. This guy just needs a little bit more time. But in the process of getting all of these chickens that we have been getting over the last few videos, the ancient issue that we have had in this world since the beginning has once again shown up. We have chests and chests and chests full of chickens. And what do we do with them? We could just throw them all in lava, but occasionally chickens drop loot boxes, which can give us chance cubes as well as this solid XP, which is very useful to have. So I think we are going to start today's video off with once again just clearing out the chests a little. Just taking care of these chickens. So I will start getting some of these chickens onto the ground. I think this time I might do it like one chest at a time, and then we will see from there what we shall do, because we have a lot of chickens and something needs to happen, so we got to get these chickens dealt with. But hopefully you're ready for this adventure. Today, once we have dealt with these chickens, what I do want to do is continue working on the applied energetics storage system. We have been working on getting to our first drive, which is essentially the storage. It's like the chests for the system. And I think today, I'm in between videos, I gathered the resources and did some of the slower work while I was waiting for all of these chickens, so that we could get to the next level of drive, because much like real drives in computers, the drives have different amounts of storage on them. So obviously we want to get the bigger storage. So that is what we are going to be working towards today. But first things first, let's deal with these chickens. I'll be back when we have all of the chickens on the floor. All right, and these are the last few of the chickens placed. I think this is more chickens than last time, unfortunately. But let's grab our sword and start swinging. This is not our sword, no. There we go. Always so very, very calming. This just bright, colorful shower of chicken and color. Just jumping around everywhere. I definitely need to find a better system of doing this, but I guess every once in a while making sure I just stop and deal with the chickens is probably a good idea. This does give me an insane amount of loot. There's a chicken here that looks like a cow, which is mildly confusing, because I don't remember any chicken that looks like a cow, but I guess I have one of them. But these chickens are now nearly dealt with. This is excellent for getting levels, apparently, and as well as just getting a whole lot of loot. But today's plan is, like I said, to make the second hard drive. We have made the first one. I think we should. There's a couple of things in terms of the crafting recipe that I think we might have to make, but for the most part, we should be relatively quick and able to make all of them, because I have spent a lot of my time just making sure I have all of the initial steps that we need to do this. Lots of chickens hiding in this little corner. Not anymore. All dealt with. All dealt with. Okay, we're almost through the chickens. Then we're gonna have to clean up this loot, and then from there on we will see what we shall do. But I think today we gotta get our next hard drive, at least the next level. We'll also probably at the end of the video start another batch of chickens. Good news for anybody wondering, we are currently at about, I'd say 70 chickens of the 124. So we are over halfway done, and pretty soon we will have all the chickens in this mod pack, and life will be awesome again. We'll never have to worry about any of those materials or doing any of this again. But for now, let's clean up this area, get these chickens situated in their spots, so these new guys, and hopefully by that time this one is done. It just needs one more, and then we can start on the next mod. Since it's just going to be me running back and forth for a while, I guess I will see you in but a minute. All right, everything about that was a mess, but it is now all cleaned up. All the new chickens have been moved into a new spot in the chicken room and have storage to go with their drops, but now we are back here. It's a little bit more messy than usual. That's because I was using this crystal growth chamber to grow a couple more of these pure Certus quartz crystals because I do believe we need them. I've also spent some time getting some more regular Certus quartz crystal as well as the charged varieties, which I got through making some dust. And with this compressed dust, when I ran it through the heavy sieve with the diamonds, I was able to get quite a lot of these. So that is what I did for a while to make sure we had enough of all of this stuff. And right here you can see the rest of the stuff I crafted. This we crafted at the end of last video, 10 1K ME storage components, and in between videos I crafted another 54 logic processors. This is because to make this one, we need 1 logic processor, 4 redstone, and 4 Certus quartz. So let's see what we can do with all of that. I think we should have enough of everything else to make this. There we go, and then just a couple more. Maybe. Just a couple more. Okay, and now what we're short on is redstone, but it looks like it was a mission successful. Now we will have a stack of these ME things, which is very nice for us. There we go. If we craft the last ones right here, there we go. Now we have a stack of these because we need them, 3 of them, to make 1 of these, which we now have. The quartz glass is simple enough to make. We have obviously chickens that give us glass now, which I appear to forget about every single time. And we do as well have quartz. And we worked a little bit last video on getting a automatic crusher, which will crush the quartz for us, which is a lot quicker than doing so manually. So once again, this is a process that I now think we are super well enough equipped to deal with. So let's go put some of this stuff back. We will apparently have to go get some more charged Certus quartz, but they are not super important for these next crafting recipes. You see, we switch over to glowstone dust in a second. Right now we are still working with the redstone dust, but the main component that's going to be difficult for us to make is this calculation processor. Printed silicon we've made this before, redstone of course we have, but this calculation press is new. And for that we need a pure Certus quartz crystal, which is why I spent some time creating some more. Now how I did that is with this Certus quartz dust, which you make from breaking these down. Combine that with sand gives us seeds to grow these, and that is how we got there. Let me just throw this one in here for now. It is going to be a little bit loud, but let's see if we can make ourselves just a couple of these calculation press things. We are also going to need more of the silicon one. Now let's do the math here quickly. We need 3 of these to make 1 of these, so if we have a stack of them, honestly, I might make like 2 more just so that we have like 66 to work with. And then we have to make 22 of these. So I think that is what I'm going to do. So I guess I can show you what the process of making these 1K ME storage components looked like. So let me grab this guy. You guys go together there. Okay, then these guys go together with the silicone as well as the logic, and then we need redstone. Perfect. So we go here. I gave this 2 upgrade cards that make it a little bit quicker because otherwise it was taking forever. So we do this 1 and 2 because we're trying to make 2 of them right now. Then we do this 1 and 2. I'm gonna turn the sound off or down. We'll hear, you know, almost nothing, but it'll get the job done. And then with these 2, we do this. And we do this. Perfect. And now we have 2 more of these little guys as soon as we grab ourselves some of these and we have that already. Perfect. So now that we have 66, the math is a lot easier. And that means we need 22 of everything we are about to make. Now the gold we do not need anymore, so this can go back. And this can go back as well. Okay, and so now, luckily for me, we have installed the upgrade for speed, but we are now going to have to do this 22 times, which isn't too bad. It's better than the 64 I had to do last time, but with these upgrades for speed, it is a lot more efficient. It otherwise would take quite a while. And remember, this is only to make the second level. We are trying to go all the way up to the 4th level. So we are going to have to continually do this because this component, this calculation processor, is what we need for all of them. But because we are working in a magnitude of 3, where we need 3 of the previous project to make the next one, it is continually going to get less and less and less. Right now we're making 22, the next time we make a third of that and stuff like that. So it's not too bad. But for today, let's just make this first one. Let's keep it nice and simple, because if I have to gather more Certus quartz, and both of this variety and of this variety is going to take me a while, so I think we just want to stick with what we have right now. And this is what I did in between videos as well, but then with the products that I did just show you before. Okay. And now we do the same with silicon. It is very nice that apart from these Certus quartz crystals, everything we have is made by the chickens, so I never really have to worry about getting materials other than, I said, these crystals. I wish the chicken could make them, that would be awesome, but currently we do not have that option, so I have to do it with the dust, but it is all doable. If we just take a little bit of time, everything can be done. But we are truly making some progress with this now. It took us all of last video to make the first level drive, but now that we have that first level drive, and most importantly all the machines needed to make it, it goes by a lot quicker. So that is why I think it's quite nice to be able to sometimes just focus on one mod, because once you have all the materials and all the machines needed for it, it always becomes a little bit easier. As well as when you just kind of know what you're doing. We're currently running out of electricity because I have 2 machines running at the same time. This is not what we want, and so I'm gonna leave this to pause for right now. We do not need a whole lot of it right now. I think we can wait, and I'd rather have this just use all the electricity it needs, because this is a little bit of a slower process. And then what we do is we set this up and we go like this. And now we just do this once more, 22 times. But honestly, that took like only a couple minutes, so this is not as bad as it could be. And then we should be able to make ourselves 22 of the 4K ME drives. Now, according to my calculations, we only need 12. So having these 24 or 22 will mean we have enough to do what I wanted to do, which is get to the highest level. But we're just making a couple of extra because for the purposes of the quest log, we want to turn each of the components into the actual storage cell as well. So we can do all of that. I'm happy that I took a little bit of time getting all of this set up, because now we just kind of have all the materials we need, which is very, very nice. Let's put some of this stuff away as well. And then I think we should be good to make everything we could possibly ever want. And then we just gotta select a couple more chickens to make in between videos. And before you know it, we will be done with this entire storage system, and we will be done with the chickens. Which is good timing, because the more chickens I have, the more in need I am of this storage system. Okay, so now that we have this, we want the quartz glass as well. Okay, that we can do. We'll grab some of this, we'll grab some of this, and we'll grab some of that. And just like that. We're gonna need more of this, but yeah, we're gonna need a lot more of this. This can also get upgrades. Let me see what it would cost to make a speed upgrade. Because if you don't check, you'll never know. We would like... I think it's this one. Yeah, we do not have access to these materials, but one of these. Okay, an upgrade base, redstone, gold ingot, a resonator. Okay. Well, we have this, we do not currently have this. Okay. A redstone crystal chicken. Do we have a redstone crystal chicken? Okay, we do not currently have a redstone crystal chicken, so that will be on the list of chickens we make tonight. And then once we have that, we should be well able to get a speed upgrade. But actually we need this one, I've just realized. We have osmium dust, we have glass, enriched alloy, we can make with redstone and iron. Okay, perfect. That is something we can definitely make. I did have iron in my inventory, but in the Great Chicken Massacre 2.0, we put everything away. So let me grab some more. There we go. That is glass. And let's make ourselves this speed upgrade. And here is a quick speed upgrade. Perfect. We can also add a muffling upgrade, which would make it make less noise. But for now, let's just do the speed upgrade. I wonder if we can stack them, which is what I'm going to attempt to do next. Might as well give it a shot. It would be very nice indeed. Oh, very nice. So I guess now we have even quicker speed. So let's throw this in. I don't know if that necessarily helped, but we tried it. Let me make one more, just because that's the amount of material I grabbed. And let's try throw this in here. Perfect. And now that we are making just a little bit more nether quartz, we should be all good to do some of this. Okay. And now we want 22 of these. Perfect. And with that made, we should be able to make all of this. There we go. So now we have our 4K storage, which means we have officially gotten our 1K storage, for which we got 8 upgrade of speed of the magical variety, and 8 or an ME drive. Wow, we are collecting ME drives everywhere, but the more ME drives we have, the more of them we can fill up. I do wonder what mod extra utilities. Okay, what would this be for? So this is machines. We don't really have a lot of these machines, I don't think. But I guess we have speed upgrades for them if we ever need them. Let's go put this in the chest of all of our gifts we've gotten. We already have 16, and now we have 8 more. So whatever mod we end up using that for, we'll be very, very happy. And with these 21 4K storage, we can make a couple of these 16 ones. We're going to need glowstone dust. We're going to need to repeat the calculation processor. I will get the calculation processors made for both the 16K as well as the 64K in between videos, but now we have this, so we'll be good to go. Let's throw some of this stuff in here as well. But we're getting somewhere, and I think in the next video we should be able to make both of the next 2 layers. I think we're going to make just the next couple of chickens we need. We are also going to focus on the next one we need for this quest. So we do have the draconium chicken, for which we got an auto sifter. Very cool. Okay, I'll have to check that one out. And we have the awakened draconium chicken, which we will be making today. Let me just get all of the chickens. All right, and the chickens for today will be the one for our quest log, a draconium, and an ender pearl, which should give us an awakened draconium of some sorts. I don't really know what it is, but it is this guy right here. Okay, then the next 2 we have is red plus aluminium, which should give us ruby, which could be interesting. Then up next, we have water and lava, which we did last time to get obsidian, but this time we are hoping to get salt from it. Now, I do know from experience that these guys tend to take a while, so hopefully it's not too bad, but we shall see. Up next, we have sulfur and redstone, which will hopefully give us saltpeter. Do I know what that is? Not even slightly, but you know what? We're making it anyway. Then the next one up is lapis blue and aluminium. And if the other one with red and aluminium was ruby, you guessed it right, this one will be sapphire. Don't really know what we need most of these materials for, but we're making them anyway. Copper and silver together will give us signalum, which I do believe we've had to use in a couple of crafting recipes, so I'm happy to see that's on the list. And the last 2, soul sand and gold for solarium. Once again, Don't really know, but it's up there. And the last chicken we will be attempting to make in between videos will be bone white and clay to get us tin. Another metal to add to the list. And hopefully we get this done relatively quickly. I will be grabbing some more of this wheat while I wait, and in between videos, not only will we get the chickens, but we will also be breeding them to 10 out of 10 level, which is how I get all these chests full of chickens. It's all of the breeding that doesn't give me the chicken that I want, and then the process of going from a 1 out of 1 out of 1 chicken all the way to a 10 10 10 chicken. It just takes a little while, and it requires a whole lot of seeds, which is why this farm is conveniently placed right next to mine. So in the next video, that should all be ready, and we should all have the next 8 chickens. And pretty soon, relatively soon, we will be done with the chickens, which is kind of crazy to think, because I feel like I've been working with these chickens for so long that the idea of kind of having all of them and never really having to worry about them again feels very strange. But also, I'm kind of ready to move on from the chickens. So I'm excited to do some more chicken waiting in between videos. But for now, I think you have waited long enough. You will see in the next video if I make all of these chickens work out, because sometimes it takes a little while. We already have 1 ruby chicken, and with these it tends to be a little bit of a wait, but we got a salt chicken straight away. Incredible, incredible. But yeah, this is what I will be doing in between the videos, and then in the next one we can look at all of these chickens, see if they are doing good, get on with the next level of chickens as well, and look at some of the loot that we got from this chicken massacre, because we have some common loot crates, some uncommon ones, a rare loot crate, as well as a clay loot crate. So we'll see what all of that has in store for us next time. So hopefully you're ready for all of that. I'm going to be standing here staring at chickens for a while and going absolutely crazy, but hopefully you did enjoy the video. Hopefully next time we can finish the other last 2 ME drives, and we can actually set up this system as well. But any tips or tricks for these mods or other mods within this mod pack are always appreciated. If you did enjoy the video, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. I do always appreciate all of your support. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll see you again very soon in this world or the next. Alright, have a good one. Bye bye!